All right. Time to pause this Tiger Belly. New podcast with Bobby Lee and his girlfriend Kalila and a few other people. It's pretty good. It's 10 o'clock on the dot, Tuesday, March 26th. Starting my route now. Ride started. Picking up this bag of clothes. Taking it to the donation center up by the fire department. And then I'm making my way to Noah's house. So that's on the agenda for today. It'll probably be, I don't know, high teens. I don't think it'll be quite 20 miles, but should be a good day. Feeling good. It's supposed to rain potentially later in the afternoon. We'll see about that. Rained pretty hard yesterday. I was actually able to do a pretty good test of the tent. I slept in it again last night, and I was warm and dry, even despite the really, really hard rain that came. Yeah, it was raining really hard when I was making dinner around 7, and I was really tempted to run out into the rain and get in the tent and just see what it was like to be in there for that, but it was kind of not super practical to do, and I'm going to get plenty of rain experience while I'm actually out on the trail, so no need to rush into it. It's a little chilly out this morning, low 50s. I'll have to walk kind of fast to stay warm for the first little while. And I'm buzzing on some coffee and some tea, pretty strong. Feeling pretty good on that mix. 2 packs of green tea, small cup, after a large cup of coffee really does the trick quite well. So probably about to do some rapid fire talking. Trying to think of a better word to describe talking, but the roulette wheel of adjectives just wasn't quite stopping at any certain location that would have been helpful, so fair enough. Walking up Boulevard instead of the unfinished Beltline, because that's where the actual donation center is. Looking at the construction they're doing across the street. That thing's probably going to be mostly done by the time I get back. This huge work, live work structure. It's not going to have a parking lot. It's supposed to be like 400 people that can live in it or something. Seems kind of big for 400. The Swift neighborhood in the back of my area, I think it houses over 500, and it's only like, I don't know, 50 townhouses. Maybe that's not right. I haven't counted them. Yesterday, with Charlie and Egg, we walked on every street in my neighborhood, and even though it wasn't particularly hot, Egg could only hang for about a mile until she started to breathe in a way that was concerning. And then Charlie and I went for the rest. It was 4.5 miles to do the trek, and it was extremely inefficient. You had to do a lot of backtracking, which I never like to do, but you know, I didn't go on a super cool walk yesterday, just ran around, did some errands, so it was fun to do something that was like a concerted effort for an hour and a half. That was fun. It looked cool too. The route with this whole neighborhood, every street having a little red line on it, marking that I had treaded upon it. Yeah, passing some people. Sun is out. Feels nice. There's someone who drives a Kia Soul. They've been harvesting like old metal items from this area of my neighborhood. It's like an old storehouse, warehouse, junk pit thing. And they're out there today on the unfinished Beltline. You know, like old factories or warehouses that had a bunch of machinery at one point, and then whatever they were making or repairing went out of business, and then it basically became like a store facility for, I don't know, somebody else, maybe the same person. And then eventually, I guess they lost interest. And so now there's just like trucks everywhere and cars from movies, it seems like, and container vessels like that you would see on a train or a cargo ship. It's weird. In this Kia Soul person, I've seen enough going through it all to actually be familiar with them. I've even caught some people being found out by the person who actually owns that area. I just remember there's a porta potty right up here. So as long as they're not doing construction, I might be able to use it, which is peeing a lot sooner than I thought I might be able to. Damn. Let's go survey this. The construction trucks look like they might already be here, but perhaps we can sneak in. Let's see. Should have been here earlier for this. Yeah, workers came out. This isn't the right location for this. They are just plumbers, but I suppose plumbers are some of the people who are technically allowed to use the facilities. So I'll walk on and just try not to think too much about the fact that I need to pee. So let me think. Was there anything additional from yesterday that happened that bears mentioning? I really don't think so. Met with Lindsay. Went to Trader Joe's. Talked with James. Got my bike bag back. Walked home. It rained for a little while. Went for a walk with the dogs. Made dinner. Cleaned up. Yeah, I guess that's it. Yesterday wasn't necessarily a very exciting day, just a very routine one. Today's going to be fun because I brought with me everything I need to make coffee. In fact, I even have water. I could actually just stop right now and make coffee on the sidewalk. So, Noah doesn't drink coffee as far as I know, but I intend to drink some when I get to his place. And I have a Cliff Bar too, so I can re-energize and get ready for the walk home. Need to get some beer tonight. Really only need to get four beers, 3 beers. Damn, leaving so soon. Still on the desperate look for a porta potty. A lot of construction out here, so there's a lot of chances. Passing some people. Fair enough. Pretty far off route right now, but when I made this route, I don't think I was intending on dropping off clothes to the donation center, so take what I can get, give what I can take, I guess. Man, my porta potty senses are tingling. I never thought of it as much of a skill, but my friend James definitely was complimentary of my ability to find a porta potty. It seems like just at my most desperate time of need, one arises. So hopefully I can find one in the next 10 or 15 minutes, because I believe the need is arising. And in its presence, I'm not really able to focus or contemplate much else. Left or right here? I'm gonna say left. See a dumpster. This could perhaps be a porta potty location. Have to investigate. if there is a porta potty, it's on the side of the dumpster opposite the one facing me. So I certainly can't see it yet. I've got a lot for construction on my left. No porta potty installed there yet. Oh dang, they're doing a huge renovation at this house. You gotta have a porta potty for that. Let's see what we can find. A house for sale. House for sale won't have a porta potty. No need. Let's see. This is actually a functional house, so they might just be using the toilet inside. Dang, strike out again. Fair enough. We'll head down Rosedale for nostalgia and an increased possibility of porta potties. Rosedale is where Josh, Stephen Avedon, Alex Wharton, Noah Orsich. I don't think Jake ever lived there. Did he? Let me think about that. Josh had that room, Noah had that room. Jake might have been still living in Woburn at the time. Or something like that. I don't even know. Maybe he lived somewhere else entirely. But I spent a lot of time on this street. A lot of good conversations, a lot of good coffee. Their house, I gotta say, was absolutely disgusting. Terrible. It's just one of the grossest houses. I don't understand. Perhaps it's just like something that is endemic but ununderstandable to me about the male, I don't know, what do you call that designation? Just the propensity to be absolutely disgusting. There were cockroaches everywhere, which would really bother me. You know, I can handle a couple, especially during the times when the seasons are changing, because I'm like, yeah, okay. So this cockroach, who was a bit of a entrepreneur, shall we say, had the upstart desires to get out from the outside where the temperature was no longer comfortable, and he sought a better life here. And even though I'm going to throw him straight back outside, I don't intend to kill them on purpose anyway. Sometimes it happens by accident. You know, you gotta applaud a cockroach in that situation who's decided to go against the odds and try to become domesticated. But their house, that was like there was no distinction or line between outside or inside for cockroaches. It was the same. They were everywhere. So gross. I don't believe I ever stayed there. No, actually I did sleep there a few times, because when I came back from Japan, I was biking to the city every day. Bike to Atlanta, looking for jobs, bike back sometimes, or sleep over here. But it was difficult for me because they had so many cats. I'm pretty allergic to cats, so that would get pretty uncomfortable. But, you know, gotta spend money to make money, so to speak. Looks like there's more potential up ahead of possible porta potties. Potential of possible porta potties. That might be the name of this route for today. Potential of possible porta potty potential. Possible porta potty potential, potentiated. The philosophy of possible portable potty, potentiated phlebotomist. It's hard to make a sentence with all P's. You need a few articles in there to keep things organized. All right, quick view down Ormwood. Not seeing any porta potties, but I do see some sort of a trucker. Oh, it's a crate. That thing's not called a crate, that's called a pallet. There's a wooden pallet in front of me. Looks like some construction going on. I've made a wise choice. This is a good street to traverse. It's possible that we're gonna strike out here. Or strike out, that's bad. We're gonna strike gold, maybe. Getting a ocular pinpoint on the home now. I do see construction materials Doesn't look like anyone is here. The house looks kind of done and finished, so I am a little worried that maybe for this possible porta potty location, I'm a bit too late. As we curve around the front yard toward the driveway, we will soon see if a porta potty. Oh, there's a car in the driveway. This house is too far gone. These people have already moved in. Drat. Not really sure what my contingency plan will be. I guess worst comes to worst, I'll walk down Glenwood and I'll pee at Kroger. And then I can actually meet back up with my route that way. So that'll be what I do if I don't find anything beforehand. But we're still early in the hunt. I'm going to be searching for one, at least for the next mile and a half. So the journey continues. The saga lives on. And in the meantime, I think I'm still on Rosedale. So, their house was disgusting. Did have a lot of fun times there, despite the cleanliness issues. I mean, I think even Noah, who lived in the basement, a somewhat comfortable distance from the majority of the chaos in the shared spaces, I think his toilet, disastrously overflowed one day. His sump pump broke, which, as far as I understand it, is a pump that's designed to push fluids, particularly shit and piss in this case, up a pipe when the receptacle of those solids and fluids is below the receptacle that it needs to go to. Because, water will always flow from higher concentration to lower concentration, and not really the other way, I guess. So, so at some point, his bathroom overflowed with sewage. So there was really no respite in that house from the disgustingness. If it wasn't the cockroaches or the dirty dishes or the animal dander or the trash or the items, personal items just left anywhere, there'd be shit on the floor. Human shit. There's another construction site. No porta potty. Damn it. What about the side of the house? Sometimes they get kind of sneaky with their porta potty, location. You obviously don't want people to be using it who aren't, designated. Because, the porta potty, it has a capacity for a specific amount of use over a specific period of time, which is contributed by a specific amount of people. And so, you gotta be, so sometimes they put these porta potties, behind the dumpster or on the side of the house. I don't really, you can't do too sneaky of an actual placement, because, you gotta empty it and you gotta pick it up and deliver it. And it's not like you can get a big truck behind a house so that the porta potty is a little less visible. That's not reasonable or possible. Dang. At the intersection of United and Ormwood, it wasn't actually Ormwood that I was crossing over earlier. I think it was Home Street or Home Avenue, maybe Atlanta. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is that I'm still no closer to a porta potty, which is unfortunate. Getting down to the wire with getting this bag to the actual donation center. Down to the wire. And I feel like there's not going to be any porta potties on the road that I'm currently on. I travel this one too often to not be familiar with a porta potty. It would be on United, but people are moving in and out all the time. People doing renovation all the time. So there's always a chance that there's a new development going on that I can take advantage of. Not so far, as you can tell, but, we'll figure something out. You gotta have a contingency plan for these kind of situations. If it's a bit of a gamble and you're not sure what the situation is going to ultimately unfold with, then you need to have an idea of what you'll do in the worst case scenario. Got some construction going on this house. Tools are out, so people are here. No porta potty. Got a house, another house for sale, Virtual Property Realty, Assad Noorani. It's a salesman if you're interested. Let's see if there's a porta potty there. Again, homes that are for sale don't have porta potties, usually. That's not how that works. Oh, they converted this little crack house into a garage. Nice. I bet they had a porta potty for when they did that. Gonna be jumping over here onto Waldo and just pray that Waldo has something. I know that there is a porta potty up on Killian. I used it not too long ago. It should still be there, but I bet the workers are too. But this porta potty had a good placement, so I think I'd be able to use it without worrying about upsetting anyone. And my contingency plan for upsetting someone, if I'm carrying cash, is to give them some money for having used the porta potty. And barring that, if I don't have cash, asking if they accept Venmo. Because who wouldn't want to pay someone on Venmo for the use of a porta potty? Be one of those few opportunities to use the toilet emoji where it's actually appropriate. You usually don't have to pay to go to the bathroom. Of all the things that can be said to be a human right, I suppose no one has ever been denied bathroom usage. Although maybe some people have, but good luck with that. I don't know, you'd have to chemically control someone's bowels and fluids in order to stop them from doing what they will. Because, you know, the thing that comes after the contingency plan is inevitable nature, you know. Like I said, fluids, they go from a higher concentration to a lower concentration. If there's a bunch of fluids inside your body, it's going to go down your leg because there's a lower concentration of fluid there. That's the natural way of things. You hope you find something that will allow you to avoid that. And in civilized countries, where sewage and sanitation is built into the cities themselves, usually you're able to control all those things without resorting to pissing and shitting in the street. More construction. Morning.
Morning, how are you, sir?
Good, how are you? Sounded a little Irish. Alright, coming up to another intersection, time to take a circumspect look. Not seeing anything. Nothing yet. I should probably actually go a block up, since I already know that there's a porta potty up in that direction. I can start scoping it out from here. After I do find one, because I'm fairly confident that I will, that'll probably be the end of this clip. 4 days till I hit the trail. Then I can pee to my heart's content. But walking in the city, peeing has been something that is difficult to accomplish as readily as it is necessary to accomplish. It's a cool road. So, walking up to, what's the name of this road? Think about it. It's not Mercer, is it? I don't think so. What's the name of this road? We'll see in a moment. Man, looks like spring today. A bunch of flowers out. Very nice. Not so much pollen as yesterday, thanks to the rain. Definitely didn't wake up with any kind of scratchiness. So, score 1 for that. I'm still not feeling sick, Mr. Brechtel. Cameron, okay. There's a porta potty on Cameron. Do I see it yet? Not yet. Ah, there, I see it. Yes, there are trucks in front. However, from what I remember, this porta potty, while not sneakily placed, is misleadingly placed. It's pretty far away from the actual construction site, which benefits me greatly. I'm carrying an umbrella, which is tucked into my backpack in a way that a samurai might carry their sword. and I had this bag of clothes in my other hand. Not that I have anything in my other hand. But I'll have to place these items to the side so that I can have full agility to sneakily crawl into this porta potty. And since you've been with me this far, I can't deny you the sweet satisfaction of joining in that experience. So we will have to go quiet here in a moment as I approach the porta potty. I'm still about 100 feet away, maybe 200 feet. If 100 feet is a school bus, I'm maybe 3 school buses, so let's say 300 feet. But closing the distance very quickly. 150 feet. 125. 100. 75. Oh shit, some people. Maybe this is someone else. Alright, radio silence. There are people out, but I don't care. I'm doing it. I don't think that this porta potty is for the house where the people are. Going in, locking the door. Alright, never want someone to come here and rip the door open and pull me out while I'm in the midst of business. Much better. Nice. Alright, put myself together. Make sure this is even still recording. Excellent. Don't drop your phone into the toilet. Tighten the belt. Rearrange the shorts. Pull the belt behind the loops. Make sure it's nice and tight. Fix the shirt, pull the backpack back, unlock the door, exit the room. Much better. Man, my human rights have been restored. That felt great. Damn. And that was certainly a misleadingly placed porta potty. Now that that's been taken care of, I don't any longer need to be stepping or walking inside of the more neighborhood part of the road, since especially considering the fact that the donation box is on Boulevard proper, so I need to make my way in that direction. There's someone down the side street that I almost went down, but I think I'm walking a lot faster, and I don't really like walking past people while I'm talking to myself, so we'll move on to the next street. Still on Cameron. But what is this intersection? Rosalia, maybe? Killian, maybe? I feel like there's another road called like Himberton. Something stupid. Rosalia. Alright, I'll take a left on Rosalia. And we will conclude shortly thereafter. The items I'm giving away, some like old cycling clothes. Now let's take this road less traveled. Just found a little side street. I actually used to like going down this side street when I would bike because it's kind of gravelly and dirty. It's like a half a block, but it's off-road and it's unexpected, so it's pretty cool. And I guess it takes you back down to Waldo, which is where I'm headed now. Yeah, all of a sudden I feel like I'm in the Lord of the Rings or something. It's like wooden fences, like crudely made, like it's like they're made out of branches. Right? They're made out of roughly hewn wooden poles and rusty metal. Some bamboo. A lot of fences back here. People like their privacy. These days anyway. Probably always. Yeah. Feels quite old back here. Getting lost in the visuals. There's another half block dirt road like this, parallel to this. I don't know if it's in front of me or behind me. I think it's in front of me at this point. No, actually, I guess it's behind me. It's a fun little road, and again, it's one that you would completely miss if you were on a bike or in a car. For sure in a car. Unless you lived off that road, you would never see it, because there's just nothing bringing your eye to it. But I found it because I was actively looking for things like it. Otherwise, I don't think I'd have ever seen it. I'd never seen it to my knowledge. All the millions of times I did bike past here. But as soon as I got a bike that could handle the mud, I would find. Cool. Well, that was a success. I hope you enjoyed the hunt. Just a little taste into what it's like to be out here as a pedestrian, hunting and gathering, as it were. Morning. Good, how are you? Cool glasses. Yeah. Guy had some like real looking gold glasses. Very fancy. Yeah, coming to Boulevard now. So we'll leave it there. Tomorrow's the 27th. I'm gonna keep sleeping outside until I leave. And then I'll be sleeping outside for a long time when I'm not sleeping in towns, I guess. So until tomorrow, I'll see you then for another walk, another talk. Talk to you later. Bye.